Good morning everyone. Welcome again. Today we will discuss topic perception of space, depth and distances. So the visual field or surface in which things exist, move, can be placed is called space. The space in which we live is organized in three dimensions. We perceive not only the spatial attributes, size, shape and direction of various objects, but also the distance between the objects found in this space. While the images of objects projected onto our retina are flat and two-dimensional, left, right, up, down, we still perceive three dimensions in the space. Why does it happen so? So it occurs due to our ability to transfer a two-dimensional retinal vision into a three-dimensional perception. The processing of viewing the world in three dimensions is called distance or depth perception. Depth perception is important in our daily life. For example, when we drive, we use depth to assess the distance of an approaching automobile. When we decide to call a person walking down the street, we determine the loudness with which to call. In perceiving depth, we depend on two main sources of information called cues. One is called binocular cues, second is monocular. So depth perception is the ability to see things in 3D dimensional way and to judge distance. We use depth cues to gather information on the images we see. These cues can be binocular or monocular, as I told you. So let's start with binocular cues. Binocular cues are some important cues to depth perception in three-dimensional space are provided by both the eyes. Three of them have particularly been found to be interesting. Binocular depth cues use both eyes to perceive the information on three-dimensional form of an object and its place in space. Images seen through both eyes are example of stereoscopic vision because the eyes see two different pictures that combine as one. There are two types of binocular cues, retinal disparity and convergence. First is retinal disparity or binocular disparity. Retinal disparity occurs because the two eyes have different location in our head. They are separated from each other horizontally by a distance about 6.5 centimeters. Because of this distance, the image formed on the retina of each eye of the same object is slightly different. This difference between the two images is called retinal disparity. The brain interprets a large retinal disparity to mean a close object and small retinal disparity to mean a distant object, as the disparity is less for distant objects, more for the near objects. Next one is convergence. When we see a nearby object, our eyes converge inward in order to bring the image on the fovea of each eye. A group of muscles send messages to the brain regarding the degree to which eye are turning inward. These messages are interpreted as cues to the perception of depth. The degree of convergence decreases as the object moves further away from the observer. You can experience convergence by holding a finger in the front of your nose and slowly bringing it closer. The more your eyes turn inward and converge, the nearer the object appears in space. So the angles of eyeballs turned towards each other is smaller when the object in focus is farther away. Next one is accommodation. Third one, accommodation refers to a process by which we focus the image on retina with the help of ciliary muscle. This muscle changes the thickness of lens of eye. If the object gets away more than 2 meters, the muscle is relaxed. As the object moves nearer, the muscle contracts. The thickness of lens increases. The signal about the degree of contraction of the muscle is sent to the brain, which provides the cue for distance. This is accommodation. This is also in binocular cues. Now come to the monocular cues. Monocular cues, first one, monocular cues judge the distance of an object using only one eye. In this we only use one eye. These cues are often used to making 2D images appear to be 3D. In this case they are called pictorial depth cues. These are called pictorial depth cues. So we use in this only one eye. So here are some dimension surfaces we will discuss. Monocular cues. First is relative size. When viewing two congruent objects, the further away object will appear smaller even though the objects are still the same size. You can see in picture also, that is relative size. When the objects get away, the retinal image becomes smaller and smaller. We tend to perceive an object farther away when it appears small, closer when it appears bigger. Next one is light's height in the picture plane. Monocular skews height in the picture plane. In this, objects that are further away appears higher up in an image, close to the horizon line. You can see on picture. Next is lights and shadows. Monocular cues, lights and shadows. Lights and shadow. In the light, some part of object get highlighted, whereas some parts become darker. Highlights and shadows provide us with information about an object's distance. Here, two picture you can see lights and shadow difference. Now come to the overlap. When multiple objects are in the same visual field, the closest object appear in front of those further away. This is overlapping. These cues occur when some portion of the object is covered by another object. The overlapped object is considered farther away, whereas the object that cover it appears nearer. Next is texture gradient. Texture gradient, it represents a phenomena by which the visual field having more density of elements is seen farther away. The density of stones increases as we look further away. Here you can see texture in an image appear less detailed as objects become more distant. Aerial perspective. Aerial perspective, the air contains microscopic particles of dust and moisture that make distant objects look hazy and blurry. This effect is called aerial perspective. For example, distant mountains appear blue due to the scattering of blue light in the atmosphere, whereas the same mountains are perceived to be closer when the atmosphere is clear. This is an aerial perspective. Next is monocular cues, relative motion. Objects closer in the visual field appear to move by faster than those at a greater distance. The far away objects may not seem like they are moving at all. So these are depth perception and this monocular cues and binocular cues we have discussed today. Next time we will move further. Thank you.